One. Yo, what's up, Republicans? I'm super excited. Welcome back to Republic. I'm the trendsetter. Niko na mkurugenzi hapa hivi.
Well, my people, they call me DJ Rico, the Afro King.
Yeah, napa bro, ni aje kwa fresh?
Niko salama.
As leo ni kuama.
Leo ni kuama lo.
Kuama lo.
Mtandao watu wanasemaje?
Watu wanapenda baby ma mix nini. Watu hapa hivi wame check in kama kawaida. Samuel Oyugi wamasema anasema many days long time, welcome back. Thank you so much guys.
Siku moja tutaenda kutembelea huyu.
Oyugi zimse lazima tuende.
Tumuite hapa.
Tumuite studio. Fan number 1 in the area representing. Not forgetting Helter Skelter, how my dancers wako best. Big shout out to my machine movement dancers. Also Martin the Prince. Anasema hello people, it's that time to listen to best music Kenyatta University Kitui campus. Tuned in, show iko lit, iko fire. Thank you Martin. Victor Lugongo anasema watching the dance live from Doha. Hey, show imeenda international. Watu wanatizama from Doha, Qatar. Unacheki? Vile inafaa. Prince Ali out 045 out Kisii Shoni Moto. The closer anasema the king anasema Shoni Moto sana. Prince Ali Heavy anasema Onyango Owino at Onyango Owino anasema hi, I'm Everson watching from home Migori 044. Use the hashtag #TeenRepublicNTV. Tag me at Joseph Trends, at Aziza Hashim, at DJ Rico. Alright, so na hapa ndani studio meona mtu anacheza on the ones and twos, you know, na ana serenade watu wa mapenzi. It's a month of love na kwa pale Studio B. On the other side of the studio, that is Aziza Hashim. Take it away.
And let me tell you, we're still super excited. I told you I am a serious snacker. And there's only one way to snack, and that is if you have your Fanta. Whether you decide to have your Fanta Orange, Black Currant, chagua ni lako. Kama you have so much passion in you, you want your Fanta passion, you can always snack with Fanta. If you're a serious snacker, oh my goodness, it's such a vibe. Bado nimeka hapa very selfishly. Awa sasa takunywa Fanta zao show ikiisha. Leo nimeamua it's P for petty. But we also have a very talented saxophonist, musician. But those are not the only instruments in anacheza. He has a lot when it comes to his music. Ladies and more ladies, allow me to welcome you to the show and allow me to introduce the very talented Rickie Beats. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. I'm very well. And yourself?
Niko salama kabisa.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
We're so excited to have you, man.
I'm happy to be here as well.
But of course, there's a lot when it comes to your music. Before we go into your most recent music production, your EPs, and all you've been able to do musically, ulikuwa pale Cube 2, Ruenzori, at Buka Academy. Take me through your experience and how that environment inclined towards your music.
Yeah, so like I went to high school in Western Province, a school called Book Academy. I spent 4 years in that school, and to be honest, I think that's where like I nurtured my music skills and my musicality, because usually they had like a music program in there, and then like the students themselves were just so musical, you know, and also being there, like there was just like other people that when we were joining school, we look up to, who would also like guide you and take you through and know like how to learn, how to play an instrument, such things, and I think they were really helpful for me to becoming like the kind of musician that I am right now.
Most definitely. And talking about guidance, there was a certain teacher, Mr. Eshiuchi, if I'm not wrong. What impact did he create in terms of helping you out in your music? And were there times when you felt like, you more data kana penda muziki sana, kuna venye anakuja sana?
I think he was like, for me, he's like one of the people that amechangia so much in my life, you know, because he was our teacher of music. And basically alikuwa like think peke yake, and every other student in school, you know, like wanting to learn an instrument for us, you know. And then like he was also very strict, like because music inaweza kaka subject mtoto anaweza taka kufanya, you know. So he had like his terms and conditions if you wanted to do those lessons and whatnot. So ilikuwa tough, you know, but like once we got used to it, alafu najua pia music, for me it was one of those subjects that was just ilingia tu vizuri, it just synced. Haikuwa na shida, you know, and Mr. Shuchi ali improve so much for me. He alinifundisha everything that I know about music, even playing this thing, you know, like he's the one who taught me the basics, you know.
There's always that one thing you want to tell your teacher. Now that you can be able to play a lot of instruments, now that you have your own EPs, now that you're doing your own production, ile word moja yenye ulikuwa unataka kumwambia lakini huko unaweza kumshow because unajua ni mode, so you could have gotten into trouble. What would you like to tell him now looking back?
Looking back, man, I'd really love to tell Mr. Shuti, you know, like I really appreciate him so much and I love him so much as a person. And right now I know he's going through like a really difficult time. and I pray that him and his family together get through it, maze, and make the most out of it. And I basically like owe everything to him, as all the music that I'm playing and everyone else who's out here doing the most with their music, and went through Book Academy, because we really, a lot of musicians came through from that school, you know, and we all owe it to Mr. Shutim, and so wherever he is, so much love and gratitude to him, you know.
All right, but you also play a lot of instruments. You have the saxophone today, but you also play the violin, the piano as well. What's your most favorite instrument other than the saxophone? Because you have it right here. Igani inakufanya kuwe na goosebumps, unasikia randa ni ya roho kabisa.
Yeah, zote zinakwanga, to be honest, zote zinakwanga zinanigusa sana. You know, all of them come for a moment, you know, because the thing about my two main, the ones I love the most is violin and saxophone. These are like my baby. This is my personal play. Like another story for another day, but this is like my baby, you know. Yeah, so like I play those two, and then piano mainly comes in for when I'm producing music, because I need to know those basics and play the music. But the main instruments that I say that Rickie Beats anachezanga sana is like the violin and the saxophone. Those are the two instruments that I play. So
all right, and you also have your own bodies of work. Let's talk about Cherie.
Yeah, so Cherie is a song that we recorded a couple of, I think about a year or something ago. You know, it's like recording music is a really long process, So we did the song with so it was me, two artists, friends of mine, Asmatides and Yaba, and then also co-produced with a producer of mine, and it was Don Poison. Shout out to them as well. They're also with me in the studio, man. So yeah, so we recorded that song a couple of years back. We were in the studio just vibing, and then we recorded the song. After a while, we tried to find a way to make the video come up, and it's a really dope song. I think we did the most, and I'm so happy with like what we achieved.
And even after listening to it, you can tell that there was a vibe. It's always so good to work with people you're familiar with, people who are your friends.
Every time, I think if you do something artistic, you definitely need to have like a connection, you know. Like you need to be so relatable with other people. You have to. You can't. If it's a collective thing, you can't just say, you know, it's just me alone doing this. You know, like definitely my input is there. The input of the two musicians is there. The input of the other producer as well is there. You know? And I think that's what makes something come out to be the most. You know.
Most definitely.
Yeah, as opposed to like trying to put it there and taking all the credit for what.
Yes, sir. I mean, we'd talk on and on and on, but we'd love to hear more of the music, and that's why you're basically here to share the music with the rest of the world.
Yes.
And we're going to finish off with the last song. So please make sure that you follow him all over social media. That's at Rickie Beats.
Yeah, at Rickie Beats on all social media handles. RICKIE BEAT.
Most definitely. So DJ Rick Mo, shikilia